Welcome again, my dear brothers and sisters. Uh, I'm really happy to be with you again here while we continue encouraging each other as we journey towards heaven. I know it is not quite easy, it has many challenges, but together and with the help of our Lord, we shall make it. So, welcome and don't miss these sessions. And we talked about the rich young ruler, and from the encounter of rich young ruler with Jesus, we had to understand something about love. And also we realized that sometimes love can be a test and a very hard test to pass. But as I've been telling you, I also tell you the same today, that if we are ready to love, it wanna be easy. And the reason why I usually tell you it will be easy is because for ourselves, we cannot love, but we will be enabled to love. Today, I want to consider something. Why do you think the rich young ruler was unable to pass this test? And why do you think that commandment keeping, superficial keeping of the commandments was not enough to guarantee one eternal life? This is very important, and I believe it's very important because when I look into it, I understand that for sure, as a people of God, there is something else we need apart from being just known to be churchgoers. Yeah, there is something we need, and that thing is love. And we'll be talking about love, love, love until we understand and until we decide now, Lord, just help me. I've realized how beautiful love is, and I just want to love. Today, I want us to consider another encounter with probably one of the Pharisees. Jesus with one of the Pharisees. In Mark chapter 12, verse uh, roughly from verse 29. Mark chapter number 12, from verse 29. Let's start verse 28 so that we may be able to connect. Verse 28 says, I read up to verse 31. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? Yes, even today I want to ask you, which is the first commandment of all? Which one do you know is the first? And Jesus answered him, the first of all commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this: Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than this. There is no commandment greater than these two. Number one, hear, O Israel, thy Lord your God is one. Thou shalt love your God with all your heart, with all your soul. And the second one, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. This was a perfect description of our relationship with God and with fellow men. And that is all what the Decalogue is about. That is all what the Ten Commandments are about. They are about love for God, our relationship with God, and number two, our relationship with men. The first commandment talking about our relationship with God, and the second, our relationship with men. That's why Jesus has talked about two commandments. That is, the Decalogue is divided into two portions. The first portion contains the first tablestone, which was talking about the first, second, third, and fourth commandments. And the second was talking about the fifth, sixth, up to the 10th commandment. This first here describing the relationship between man and God. And this second here, the relationship between man and man. You hear? And when we are told about loving God, we are told love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. How many things? Number one, your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. I just want you to consider yourself. What does it mean if I love God with all my heart? Let the passion of my heart be God and God alone. With all my soul, let that which my soul longs for be God and God alone. With my mind, what have you fed your mind with? Let the focus of your mind be God and God alone. And what are you using your strength for? For God and for God. None should remain for thy own entertainment. If you have to entertain yourself in God. That is the best kind of entertainment I can advise you. Love your God with everything. And number two, love your neighbor as yourself. How do you love yourself, by the way? That way in which you love yourself is the very way you can love your neighbor. Anything short of that, that is not love for your neighbor. The only thing we are required, the way we love ourselves, love your neighbor that way. That is the second commandment. And with these two, there is nothing else which is greater than them. May God bless you.